I'm Robert McKay. This is a thoroughly amateur production. If you can't tell that, then I'm not sure how we could get that across to you. The channel is Whiskey for Beginners. I frequently forget to say this, but if you like the video, please click that button. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. If you would click the notification so that you know what happens here. If you would share the video or the channel. Unlike some of the big channels, I'm not getting any money off of it. I just want to spread the word, as it were, because the whole point of Whiskey for Beginners is to provide information for people who are beginners in whiskey, to get it all in one place. According to the list I'm looking at here, this is the 20th of the what I call the Whiskey Basics. I put them in that playlist. There's the 20th video in that series, which tells you how much information there is about whiskey to put in one place. And this is the question that I'm going to answer is, what is the neck pour? And while I'm talking, let me just grab a bottle. I just happen to have, I just bought it today, a brand new bottle of whiskey, and it'll help me illustrate it. The neck pour is a phenomenon that some swear exists in every bottle, some swear does not exist at all. I am of two minds about it. But the neck of the bottle is right here, and I'm hopeful you can see it. Let me bring the camera back. This is the neck. Now I can tell that you can see it. And the idea of the neck pour is that the first glass you pour out of this, coming from the neck, is of lesser quality than the rest of the bottle. Why that would be, I've never understood. I've never heard a really good explanation of it. But that's what some believe. And I have personally found that with most bottles, I get more of the actual character of the whiskey in the second glass and onward than I do in the first glass. And for a while, I was taking the bottle and I was doing this, 8, 10 times or so. And that would mix this in with everything else. But it didn't seem to make a difference, so I don't know. I do know that, put that back, close my drawer. I store my whiskey in my desk. It works it's the best place I have. I do know that there are some people who absolutely insist that the neck pour is crap. I have read of, I've never actually encountered, but I have read of people who pour out the neck pour, or even the first half of the bottle. And to me, that makes no sense. Now, there are some whiskeys that from the first glass, you have the whole bottle. There are others where I've found them to get better after the first glass, and sometimes each glass is better than the one before. I have found a few bottles, which none of them I turned out to like at all, where the first glass is the best, and then after that it just gets worse and worse and worse. So I can't give you a dogmatic, definite answer. Some people say they can. Some people will give you dogmatic answers. My experience is that different whiskeys are different. What happens with that Evan Williams bottled in bond that I was holding up is not the same as what happens with Balcones Texas pot still bourbon, which is not the same as what happens with, you just name a whiskey. And there may be general characteristics for each brand. Say the Evan Williams will be the same from bottle to bottle. The pot still will be the same from bottle to bottle. But other than that, it seems very inconsistent. So Your experience as you go along may be different. You may find that there's nothing at all that even remotely resembles the neck pore phenomenon. You may find that every single bottle you open, regardless of what it is, you encounter that phenomenon. I think it's part of the subjectivity of whiskey. Every person has a different palate. Therefore, some may be more sensitive to what's in that first glass than others are. And I think some of it may just be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You hear about the neck pore, you expect it to be there, and sure enough, you find it. A lot of times, you will find what you're looking for, no matter what it is. Anyway, if you ever hear about the neck pore, that's what it is. That is the best information I can give you on it, and I hope it is of some benefit to you. Y'all have a good one.